D&D is a well-known tabletop game with infinite possibilities, taking the building blocks of the core rules allowing anyone to make anything. Now, what happens when you take a video game with infinite possibilities and smash them together? Today, I have made 7 stat blocks for creatures from Minecraft into D&D. These were very fun to make and I want to make more in future, so if you'd like to see more, make sure to like and subscribe. First creature I added was a zombie, being the most basic of all Minecraft mobs. It has a high strength while having quite low scores in all other states. As well as this, it has slightly slower movement speed than the player. Whilst it might seem they have a lot of HP, it's justified by their low damage. All creatures in this adaptation have high dark vision of 140 feet, to represent how far they can see in-game. One overlooked feature in-game is how the zombie takes damage from healing potions and heals from harming potions. Another feature that many players miss is the ability of a zombie to summon more zombies, which is represented by zombies' reinforcements. A zombie's main attack, which is just a normal punch, has a high chance to hit whilst not doing a lot of damage. In-game, they can also pick up swords and armor if they walk over it, meaning I gave this ability to them as a bonus action. Next, I added the skeleton, with very similar abilities to a zombie, with the main change being high dexterity instead of strength. It also has necrotic health and gear pickup, but instead for ranged weapons. It does not have reinforcement, and instead of a punch, it has a bow, dealing decent damage. Next is the spider, which has half as much HP, as well as being small instead of medium. It also has very high dexterity, and only has one action and no abilities. Its one action is a basic bite attack. That also gives it some extra speed as it lunges at you. Then I thought of the Creeper, being the most iconic creature in all of Minecraft. I couldn't leave them out. With their stats being quite poor all round, their main use being a suicide bomber, so all players must keep their distance. This does quite a lot of damage and can do massive damage to someone's party. It also has the ability to become a charged creeper, making it deal massive damage that can be devastating if you or your party does any lightning damage. Also, it has some advantages when people try to find it, due to it being quiet and having some camouflage. One of the final creatures I added was the Enderman, having much higher HP, speed, as well as being a size larger. They won't attack you unless you attack them first or make direct eye contact with them. Alongside this, they also have a very strong punch, especially when compared to the zombie. They also have the option to teleport if they are close enough to another creature, either to run or gain a more advantageous position. And finally, the one we've all been waiting for, the Ender Dragon. This beast has a very high all-round stats with 200 HP and if rolled could be up to 300. With this, it has an incredible 75 feet of fly speed. Now, compared to some creatures, this might not be too powerful, but it can still be a fun boss for a low-level campaign. It also is vulnerable to fire, Now for her different attacks. First of all, she has a charge. This attack was mostly in older versions, but they still do it in the newer ones, which can be irritating if you're in a group or a line of people. As well as this, it has the ability to launch anybody nearby hundreds of feet into the air using their fling if they get too close. It also has the option to perch, which leaves it vulnerable, which might seem like a bad idea, but is needed for a later action. It also has a bonus action, which allows it to heal a bit, but it requires end crystals being within the near vicinity. It also has one legendary action, which it can perform at the end of any entity's turn, only 3 times before requiring to perch. This action is pretty powerful Dragon's Breath, causing a large area of people to have a high chance of taking damage as well as having their speed halved, making it hard to escape. Finally, it has a lair action, where it can summon enraged Enderman. Now, I know the actual Ender Dragon can't do this, but it is more than likely a player would anger an Enderman during the fight, so this was the best way I could implement it. Now that's all of the ones I made. If you want to see more, I have ideas for more from Minecraft or even some other games. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.